Okay, this is a follow-up to my last movie because some other things have happened just recently that add on to this discussion. So in that movie, I showed you this game. We're at 8 wins, 1 loss, and we get placed into a low MMR match. Right, we get placed into this match, which is our team is 1377, and again, I claim that our personal MMR must be bringing that up to that level against the 1294 team, and we go on to lose because this is DWG. It's very, very difficult to carry DWG because of the 5 objectives being there and it being such a large map. It's hard for you to cover, more than 1, maybe 2 nodes max, right? So there's 3 objectives there that we really can't do anything about. So we're totally dependent on our team being able to win those fights, which they didn't. Okay, so we lost. And the result of that loss is here. Our second loss of the season, and we lose 17 CR while we're in the 1400s. Okay. This would not have happened, of course, if we were placed on a team that makes sense for our own MMR, but we're being placed on a team that's hundreds of MMR below us. So after consistently seeing this happen on many different characters that I have, I decided, hey, I want to make a post about this because this is really bad. It's really, really bad when you get placed on teams that are that far below your MMR. And yes, I'm in placement games, but this is something that is happening at all MMR ranges. There have been many people that have posted screenshots, talked about them just, getting thrown into a match that's way, way, way below their MMR. And I'm not necessarily so concerned about what's causing it. I'm concerned about it happening in the first place because it's just like a random thing, it happens to you and it can just totally destroy or give you a huge setback to your progress. So here's the post that I made. You can read through it here, but on my video, because you're not going to be able to read through it because I posted it to Reddit because the moderators removed this post for whining. I'm whining. This is, in other words, what I'm putting here is not a legitimate concern with the system. Taking you and just for seemingly no reason, throwing you into matches that are hundreds of MMR below you, which just can absolutely trash your progression, and how easy the progression is or how fast the progression is, and can just give you major setbacks. No, that's actually not a legitimate concern, according to them. I'm just simply whining. So they remove my post on this. And my post has evidence. I have evidence backing up my claims, that this is happening and it's bad. They remove it. Someone down in the comments even suggested that I should be permabanned for posting this. I should be permabanned for posting it. And then he says something like, well, I have no evidence that I'm actually higher MMR than those matches. He's basically saying that the game is actually putting me at 1200, 1300 MMR because I belong there. Okay, that's what he's saying. I have no evidence that my MMR is actually that much higher than the MMR of those 1200, 1300 MMR matches that I'm being placed at. And then says I should be permabanned, and then the Redditors remove my post. Okay. Okay, so I make that post to Reddit. The editors of Reddit remove it for whining. Guy in there says I should be permabanned for posting about this. Says I have no evidence that I'm getting placed into MMR matches that are way below mine. And I get this match. Right, this is the match after the match where I lost 17 CR. This is the very next match. And again, I'm placed into a 1200, 1300 MMR match on my Evoker. Now this time, fortunately, we win. And I get 6 CR from that win. Now he says I have no evidence that I am being placed in MMR matches far below where I should be placed. Okay? Far below. The scoreboard alone is my evidence, man. Look at the rewards of the other people, okay? Myself and my friend, we got 6 CR for this win. Look at the CR of the other people on our team, what they got. Almost full, almost full, almost full. Okay, not full, but pretty high. And these two obviously are higher MMR because they're not getting full credit for it. Okay, but they're still getting 162 CR. Do you see anybody else on my team only getting 6 CR for the win? That's evidence that we're at the top of personal MMR for this match, okay? That's what we call evidence. Look at the enemy team. Did the enemy team have anybody lose CR? Nope. Nope. Zero. Zero change. Zero change. Zero change. Zero change. Zero change. Zero change. See, nobody on the enemy team lost CR for this match, which means that they are not high MMR relative to the team MMR. This is the evidence that I'm being placed into a match that is far below where I should be placed. You can't get any more conclusive evidence than this. Okay? There's something wrong here. Give me the justification for myself and my friend being placed into this match. Now, I don't even really care necessarily about the CR. I understand that as you get higher, they dampen the CR gains that you can get. That's actually something that's necessary for the system to work. That's not a problem. The only reason I'm bringing up the CR is because it's giving me evidence of the fact that I'm getting placed in a match that is hundreds and hundreds of MMR below my personal MMR. Okay, that's the only reason I'm bringing up the CR. Because it's evidence. My issue and my only issue with this is, why am I getting placed into this match? I shouldn't be in this match. And it happened here back to back. And it's not just this happening back to back. This is consistent amongst many of my characters. Okay, and this guy says I have no evidence that I'm actually higher MMR than these matches I'm getting placed into. And the Reddit moderators remove my post as whining and not being an actual legitimate concern about the system. And the guy that says I've been permabanned and I don't have evidence that I'm being placed at an MMR much lower than where I should be, which is extremely, extremely bad. This is a horrible position to put people into. It's just an absolutely horrible thing to happen. I don't care what's causing it. It's happening. And you need to look into it and try to stop it from happening. Because when it happens to you, it can be disastrous to your progress, okay? I mean, there's no arguing this. And it's not just something that's happening in placement games. It's happening at all MMR levels. There are many, many people posting screenshots of this type of thing happening to them. It's not just me. And it's not just placement games. It's happening in placement games. It's happening in mid-level MMR matches. It's happening in high-level MMR matches. And woe to you if it happens to you. It might not be happening to you. If so, great. Wonderful for you. The system is working as it should be for you. But for the people that this is happening to, it's crippling. It's absolutely crippling to your progress. And even more so, if you take progress out of it, it's crippling to my enjoyment. You're getting placed with people like 1200, 1300 MMR. These are like probably very new and inexperienced players that really don't understand the BGs. I mean, it's, no disrespect to them. Everybody starts somewhere. But it's not fun playing with people that don't understand how to win the BG. That's not fun. I would not complain, let's say, if I had actually been put into like a 1600, 1700 MMR match and I only gained 6 CR for the win, I wouldn't complain as much. Because at least there, you know, I have some people on my team that probably understand how the BG works. Why am I getting placed that low? That makes no sense. Okay, now, of course, the person that said I had no evidence that I was being placed, you know, at hundreds of MMR below where I should be, totally ignores this evidence that I presented, where I'm on my survival hunter that's played 3 matches at this point in time with 2 wins, 1 loss. So my survival hunter, with 3 games played, gets put onto a 1937 MMR team. Is he playing at the MMR that he belongs at? Has he demonstrated? Has my survival hunter demonstrated with 3 games played that, hey, I belong at 1937 MMR? I must have made some fucking amazing plays in those 3 matches I did. And the game just said, wow, this guy is super good. Let's just throw him up into a 1937 match. This is evidence of the system having anomalies in it where things are happening that shouldn't be happening, okay? There are clearly things that are happening that should not be happening, which is why I make the post that the MMR system is extremely flawed, because any system that allows this to happen right here is flawed. I make this post with evidence of what I'm saying, and the Reddit moderators remove it for whining. That causes me to be very suspicious of the Reddit moderators' motivation. Now, I have a hurricane that's coming, so I have to set up shop. This will be my last video for a while probably. Highly likely I'll lose power. If not, then hopefully, you know, I'll be able to respond. But if I don't respond to anything from this, then it's because I've lost power. Okay, so stay safe, everybody. Take care. Talk to you on the other side.